Hey y'all, and welcome to the Crazy Sock Lady YouTube channel. My name is Kay, and this is my channel where I share all about my making adventures. Today I have some crochet and knitting to share with you. It is March 21st. It's 8:53 a.m. This is episode 222. I hope that you've got something to drink. I've of course got a cup of coffee. Maybe you've got something to work on, or maybe, I know I've had so many of you say you watch while you're on the treadmill or at the gym, and I love that. That's awesome. So whatever you're doing, I hope that you're ready to catch up. I have a couple of finished objects. I have quite a few works in progress. I did have something arrive in the mail, but it's now in the work in progress category. You didn't even get to see it here in the mail. It just went straight to work in progress. We'll talk about that in a bit. And we also have a giveaway winner to announce. Maybe winners. I might have decided to pick more than one. So I hope you're ready. Let's go ahead and get started. So you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as The Crazy Sock Lady, and I will have links right down below this video. If you look below the title of the video and hit more, it'll pull down a description box. There's going to be links for everywhere that you can find me, as well as links to any shops that I talk about. I have product pages for everything that I'm going to show you today over on Ravelry that'll have full list of details, needles used, hook used, yarn used, pattern used, all that's over there for you. So, like I said, I have a couple of finished objects. One I do not have here to show you, but I finished the Kentucky Wildcat socks that I made for one of Eric's co-workers, and those have already been gifted to him. I'll put a picture up here, but he loved them. Eric said he was so surprised. This fella has kind of like said, "Oh, I'm still waiting on my socks," because he saw me knitting on a trip all the time, the whole trip. It was the Texas trip, if you remember me going on that and just knitting the whole time. So he was on that trip, and he kind of joked about me making him a pair of socks, and then he's said things since then to Eric about, okay, I'm still waiting on my socks. So I finally made the guy a pair of socks, and he is a huge Kentucky Wildcats fan, and today is Thursday. I'm pretty sure this is the day Eric said he's gonna wear them. I'm like, oh gosh, I hope they're good luck. I hope they're good luck. We'll see. But I guess he told Eric, he was very surprised when Eric gave him the gift bag, and he opened them and saw that it was socks, and he said, you know, I already liked Kay better than you, but now I really like her better than you. So they were very well received, and I hope they fit, and I hope they bring good luck. I hope they're good luck socks and not bad luck socks. But the yarn that I used for these is a Cascade Heritage. It is their Cascade Heritage sock. They're 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon base. The colors are 5682 and 5615. And they turned out great. I just did my vanilla socks on 9-inch circulars. I did do 72 stitches for these. I have all the details on the Ravelry project page for a breakdown of the stripes, but I'm pretty sure I did 20 rounds for the cuff, and then maybe 11 rounds of the blue, 7 of the white, 3 of the blue, 7 of the white, and then I think 30 more rounds to finish out the leg. Pretty sure. I did the white for the cuff, heel, and toe. And I think that's kind of it for those. I think that's it. At the start and finish date. I did start those on March 1st, and I finished them on March 15th. I used US 0, 2mm. That's what I do when I use 9-inch. Otherwise, I always use US 1. My gauge changes on a 9-inch. That does not mean, I should specify that, because I have a lot of people, they automatically think they need to change their needle size with a 9-inch. No, you don't. You might not have to. Just me, for some reason with a 9-inch, when I knit with a 9-inch circular, my gauge is loose. So I had to go down a needle size to get the same size sock that I would with a US 1 on any other method of knitting socks. Don't know why. It just happens with some people, and it might not happen with you. Okay, my other finished item is the baby blanket. It's done. I'm so excited it's done. I need to get it in the mail. This one I used, still have the tags over here. I used Lion Brand Mandala in this Sphinx color. And I used 2 full cakes of that just until I could not complete a round. There was like the tiniest bit left. I already put it up in a basket, but there was just the tiniest little bit left, but I just went until I could not complete another round of the pattern. So the pattern is the Rainbow Ripple Baby Blanket by Celeste Young. You can see it has all these points. You can't really tell. I'll put a picture here in just a minute of it laid out, but oh, it's so pretty. This is probably my favorite baby blanket to make. So I just followed the pattern exactly. I believe I used the hook size recommended in the pattern, a 5mm crochet hook. And I started that on March 1st and finished it on March 15th as well. So start and finish date are the same for both of my finished objects this week. I'm already excited to make another one of these. I have another person in my life that is expecting in August, so I'm going to make them a baby blanket like this. I'm just gonna have to pick out the yarn still. I'm like, do I wait and do it a little closer to August, or do I go ahead and get it done? Because I am itching to start another one of those just because it's so much fun to make that pattern. And I love doing it, especially in the Lion Brand Mandala yarn, because just to see those colors change as it grows, and hopefully I will have remembered to put a picture up here so you can see it all laid out. But just as it grows, to see the colors change, it's just such a fun pattern and a fun yarn to use in that pattern. All right, works in progress. I have 2 socks, 2 blankets, and a sweater to show you. Let's do socks first. It's in a bag from Mountain State Stitches. This one you have not even seen here on the podcast. This one, this is what I got in the mail. This is from Mama Jess Knits. This is her Frankly Lisa colorway. And I did not, this wasn't cast on last week, was it? When did I receive this? Yeah, it's not on here, so it was after that. I was like, oh my gosh, did I have this cast on? No. But once I got it, I opened the yarn. First, she had posted this, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have this colorway. I had seen it a few times when she posted it, and I was like, I'm just getting it. Like, I just love it so much. So I ordered it, and then as soon as it came and I opened it and I saw it in person, it was even better than the pictures online, and I cast it on immediately, and 1 sock is already done. It's getting a little bit blown out. I have all my markers on this side. I have a little progress keeper from the Littlest Charm Co. Little unicorn. I thought a unicorn it had to go on a Lisa Frank inspired colorway sock. I have the second one started. So here's the cake. And the second one started. It's just the tiniest little bit. So this one, as you can tell, I'm doing 9-inch, just my vanilla socks on 9-inch. I debated doing a pattern on these, but I was gonna do Rhinebeck Roomies, I think is what I was thinking, or morning coffee socks, but I just wanted to let the yarn, this yarn is just, this colorway is so good. I just wanted to let it do its thing all on its own. So I've done 20 rounds of Knit 2 Purl 2 ribbing for the cuff, 60 rounds for the leg. Those markers come in handy. And those will probably be done by next week, I would imagine. And 64 stitches, US 0 for that. This next sock project is also in a bag from Mountain State Stitches. And these are the socks for Wyatt. You saw these last week. This is Tia's Terrific Threads for the main color, her Something in the Orange colorway. And then for heels, I've done a gray, and that one is Holly Press Fibers, Rabbits with Swords. One is done. Look how good that looks. I love this colorway. I think the gray goes perfect. So one's done. And the second one is started. These are for Wyatt. Did I already say that? I don't remember if I did. For Wyatt, he's my youngest son. I do 64 stitches for him. So you can see about how much more I have to go there. Here's the second one. Done with the gusset decreases and into the foot. This one's probably going to get, I don't know, actually, now that I think about it, I might set this aside for weekend knitting. We have family coming in town over the weekend again, so I'm trying to think and plan my projects, but I still have a couple of days until they get here. They'll be here Saturday. I'm pretty sure they'll get here Saturday, go home Sunday. So it's a quicker trip, but I still want some vanilla knitting to have on hand for in the car and all the things. So this might be that, because I have a decent amount left on the foot. But we'll see where the week takes me. I might finish this off, and then the Mama Jess will be weekend knitting. 64 stitches, US 0, vanilla socks, 9-inch, all the same things. I'm back on a 9-inch kick. I went to Magic Loop for a bit, and now we're back to 9-inch. It's just whatever I feel like when I cast on. Wyatt's sweater. I feel like I'm making pretty good progress. The body definitely, I talked about this last time, it's taking longer, but that's okay. The yarn is Knit Pick Swish Worsted and Pinecone Heather. And here's where I am. Look at that. All right, we're gonna have to silence this. Sorry, Jenny. Oh, I'll text you back in a minute. Here's where I am. The marker on there is from Twin Mountain Handcrafts, and that is where I was last week when I recorded. So I've made good progress. I'm gonna go ahead and move this up. I am doing 4 rows a day. I talked about that last week about switching it, and I did. It just, 8 rows is just too much. It was not allowing me the time I want on other projects. So we're back to 4 rows a day, and it's going pretty good. I can't wait to block this and like really see those cables grow. Like, look at how gorgeous that is. I think I can't really see because I'm behind it, but it's gonna be so good. It's so pretty already, but once this really blooms and grows and those cables just pop, I can't wait. This section right here is my favorite. Oh, these like wrap things. It was so fun to do. And I'm excited because I think when I sit down today, I'm going to be doing that part again. Pretty sure that will happen today. So that's the update on Wyatt's sweater. Got the marker moved up. We'll see what I get done this week. Now I have 2 blankets. So which one should I talk about first? Let's talk about the fingering weight jelly roll first. This is in a bag from Bags by Awesome Granny. I'm still moving along on this. The bag that I had the minis in is slowly getting emptier. Slowly being the key word there. But it's getting there. I do about 30 minutes a day on this. Sometimes a little longer if I'm like, oh, I'm almost done with this mini. Let's just finish this and start the next one. But usually it's about 30 minutes. So this pattern is a pattern by Kay Jones. It is called the Jelly Roll Blanket. This version, I have 2 going. This version is fingering weight. Just holding fingering weight alone, nothing with it, not double, just fingering weight. I did make some modifications and changes to the blanket, specifically in how I start, end my rows, how I join the strips, and all of that is listed on my Ravelry project page. But I started, is it the 5th strip? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I finished the 5th strip, started the 6th strip. see that there. I've got all my needles and stuff in there. And oh, you guys, those are my signature needles. Sadly, their last day was, I think, the 18th. So they have went out of business, but here's the blanket. Where was I last time? I gotta find that marker. It's so big. All right, where was I? Last time I recorded, I was about right here where this project keeper is. So I finished that strip. And then I've done that on the strip I started. So slowly but surely, I think I'm using a 2.5, yes, 2.5 millimeter. This one's gonna take so many months to get all of the yarn that's in this bag added in here, but that's okay, because it is an enjoyable project. And a lot of times on Sundays, I do Scrappy Sunday, and I will work more than just 30 minutes on that blanket. This past Sunday, I did not, because I was busy working on other blankets. I think I did 30 minutes, but here I have my DK weight jelly roll. Same pattern, just holding fingering weight double. And I've used row 1 minis, and then some Homespun House Patreon minis were in here as well. But here's this project bag. And you guys, I finished the strips. There's 15 total strips on this one. I finished the strips and I started the border. So for the border, I'm using Knit Pick Stroll Fingering in white, and I'm holding it double since the whole blanket was in fingering weight double. Holding that double for the border. To go way back here for you to see all of this. It's so big. I will hopefully get a picture. Sometimes I'm not that great about pictures of finished objects, but I will try to get a picture, oh gosh, of it all laid out so you can really see it. I'm dropping yarn. So the border, I'm doing an I-cord border, and I'm doing it the way that I have done it on a Cozy Memories blanket previously. So I have a tutorial for that. I will check and see if it's linked on the project page. Making a note. Okay. I will make sure that's linked on the Ravelry project page, but it is under the tutorial playlist here on my YouTube. So yeah, there's what the border is looking like. I started over here, did one corner, working my way across the top. So today I should finish the top part and then round that corner and get going on the side. I am using a 3.75 millimeter DPN. I've just got some needle stoppers on there that were in a yarnable box. And I talked in my membership video on Monday about these wooden DPNs. I'm pretty sure they're clover bamboo, and they're perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with them, but they are not pointy enough for me when I am trying to pick up stitches from my bind off edge. I have really been struggling. I end up just trying to get through and splitting the stitches because I should have made more of an effort to make it a looser bind off. It's fine, it's not a big deal. It's just made it more difficult to get a stitch pulled through there. So I ordered some metal ChalGoo needles in this size so that they'll be a little bit pointier, a little bit easier to slide through, because the wooden ones are very grippy, which is great if you don't want your stitches to fall off. And I mean, my goal is not to have them fall off with a metal, but just to have things slide and move a little easier than they are on these. So those should be here today. It says by 10 p.m., but I'm really hoping they'll get delivered before then. It would be nice to work with them today. If not, I'll get to work with them tomorrow, but It would be great for the 30 minutes. I've been trying to do 30 minutes on this border a day. It would be great for the 30 minutes to be able to use those metal needles. But we'll see. On Sunday, I did work on another blanket, but I did not bring it in here to show. I will show it probably next time I add some row 1 minis into it. So when I finished this, I still had some row 1 minis left. I didn't use up all of my row 1 minis. So for the month of March, like what month are we in? So I decided the next blanket I'm going to add them into is a crochet granny square blanket that I have going, this fingering weight held double. So I finished off working up the rest of my row 1 minis into that. I did show pictures of it in my Instagram stories on Sundays. If you're not following me on Instagram, I know a lot of people don't use Instagram, Facebook, all the social media things. But if you want to see more of, I try to share daily what I'm working on. Like I share when I finish my 4 rows, if I do 30 minutes on this or, whatever. That is definitely the place to keep up to date and see more progress or more updates on progress, I guess. So anyways, I shared pictures there. I finished off my row 1 minis, and that's going to be the next project that the row 1 minis go into. But right now, main thing is working on this border. I'm hoping once those metal needles get here, this will go even faster because I feel like I spend so much time trying to get the non-pointy bamboo needle into the stitch. I'm shocked too that I did not have that size needle, but I went through everything and I could not find that size needle in metal needles. It was just these DPNs, so that's all right. I think that's it for this. I think that's all I got. And that's kind of it for the knitting as well. So now let's announce our giveaway winners. So last episode 221, we had a bag from Mountain State Stitches and 3 Progress Keeper sets from the Crafty Maritimer. And I said we were going to do a giveaway for the project bag and one of the Progress Keeper sets. So I went ahead and drew the winner for that. I will put the comment up here on the screen. It is Miss Carla JS. So congratulations. If you would just contact me at crazysockladypodcast@gmail.com. I just need your shipping information and I can get this sent out to you. And then I decided, since we had 2 other Progress Keeper sets, why not just go ahead and draw 2 more winners? So I did that. So I'm going to put both of those winners up here on the screen. We have KP Knits and Katie Dunn 7084. So congratulations to both of you. Same thing, just email me, crazysockladypodcast@gmail.com, and just give me your shipping information and I will get all of these prizes sent out. So that is all for the knitting today. Reading, watching, life stuff. Let's see. Reading, I'm still reading the same books that I was last time. There's been no change. Since I'm reading 2, I'm not getting as much like just finishing 1 book, and they're both a little longer, I feel like, than the Freedom McFadden books that I was reading before. So anyways, Engaged to a Serial Killer by Steena Holmes, and It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. And that one, which I think I'm like 75% done of Engaged to a Serial Killer, and I am almost done with It Ends With Us. I can't put it down at night. I'm staying up too late reading it. It is so good. So that's, like I said, same stuff for reading. Watching, we finished watching the McBee Dynasty on Peacock, and I finished watching, myself, when Eric was out of the house in one evening, the last season. So I'm caught up on, I think it's Welcome to Plathville. I love reality TV, guys. I just love it. So I finished watching that, and we're still watching the current season of Survivor, and we started watching The Chosen. We have not watched any of that, so we're just on the first season. I think we're on the 4th episode. We're not too far into it anyways. I don't really have much for life stuff. I did go into it a little bit already that we have family coming into town this weekend, we are going to an event on Saturday. I'm super excited. We're going to go watch the PBR event that's happening. It's in Dayton. So yeah, we're going to go watch that on Saturday. Hang out with family. It should be a good time. And that's really kind of all that I have. The weather's been so cold. I'm so ready for warmer weather. And I think that's like, I'm echoing what everybody else is saying right now. But it has gotten so cold again. It is only 26 degrees right now. And it's been so windy, which is typical for here, Midwest. I feel like such a typical Midwesterner when I say it would be such a nice day if it wasn't windy. I feel like that's a Midwest thing. True Midwesterner now, I guess. But yeah, very windy, very cold. We've been doing walks, Eric and I, after dinner or before dinner around that time, with the dogs, Gracie and Dexter, and it has been, I've had to bundle up, and I'm like, man, we just had so many nice days, and now we're just right back to winter. It's not done with us yet. That's okay. The warmer weather will be here soon, and I will thoroughly enjoy it while it's here, and then I will be ready for cooler weather by the end of summer. I will be done being hot, and I will be ready for cooler weather, so thank you, Lord, for seasons. I think that's all I've got. So I'm going to hop off here, get some work done on the computer, get this edited, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this catch up. I will see you next week for a regular episode. Until then, happy making. Bye.